council meeting in order. Please rise for the pledge of the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence for all our military personnel serving. Thank you. Mr. Mitchell.
Requirements of the Open Public Meeting Law have been satisfied concerning this meeting. The annual notice was published in the Home Tribune and the Star Ledger on January 10, 2025. A copy of the notice was posted on the municipal bulletin board and it should so be noted in the minutes of this meeting. Councilman Anderson.
Here.
Councilman Bauer.
Here.
Councilwoman De Jesus.
Here.
Councilwoman Meehan.
Here.
Councilman Patel. Councilman Small.
Here.
Councilman Harris.
Here.
Vice President McCullough.
Here.
And President Spiller.
Here.
Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from August 12, 2025?
Motion. Second.
Questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Beginning with second reading ordinances this evening, we'll start by taking letters A and B together by consent. Both are amendments to Chapter 7, the traffic section of our township ordinance. One is to add parking restrictions at the Berkeley College municipal lot, and the second under Chapter 7 also is the regulations of bicycles and e-bikes. With that said, can I get a motion that these ordinances be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Motion. Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letters A and B only.
Good evening, Tom Maris, Fort New Jersey.
Good evening.
As I said at the last meeting, I was really very impressed with Sergeant Angelo making that presentation and seeing the force of the Woodbridge Police Department behind this ordinance, and I'm sure the board is as well. But I do have several questions about it, and I have spoken to the council president about it, but I'd like further clarification on public record. Bless you. One of my questions is, what is the legal definition of a sidewalk as far as Woodbridge Township is concerned? Do you have one? And is that incorporated in these ordinances? Because it does discuss about children or anybody else riding these vehicles, I'm just to say vehicles, which will be all inclusive, whether it's a bicycle or electric scooter or whatever it may be. That is not a registered motor vehicle in the state of New Jersey. On sidewalks, which basically is, by most definitions, a place for pedestrians. Does this cover, say, making the person that is on the vehicle dismount the vehicle and walk it as a pedestrian if they're on pedestrian right away, or can they still ride the bicycle? Further, have you considered? I'm sorry.
Through Director Nitsky. Sergeant Angel. Repeat that second. The actual question. What was the actual question? What is the actual question? How is a sidewalk defined?
Yeah, I don't know if the officer, maybe he can, from a legal standpoint.
So can they put the bike down and walk with the bike on the sidewalk?
Or can they ride the bike on the sidewalk?
That's the question, if they can actually walk the bike on the sidewalk.
Would they have to walk
Do they have to?
On the ordinance?
on a sidewalk?
Well, the ordinance is going to propose that anyone that's on a class 2, class 3, that is above the age of 17 or above, can't be on the sidewalk at all. If they're walking the actual bike itself, that could be up for discussion. That's not the issues that we're running into that we're trying to enforce to begin with, though. The issues we're running into are the actual people riding them and causing a hazard on the roadway. So that's what we're trying to enforce.
Okay, but the town has reached out, and you see a lot of comments about the fact that they are putting them on the pedestrian right away. And I'm asking, and why the age differential too? That's another question I was going to bring up. Why break it at 17? If the things are annoying, they're illegal, they're harmful, people can get hurt, why an age break? What's the reason for 17 versus any other age?
I believe we put 17 as the age as, once you hit 17, you've gone through the schooling for your driver's license. A 14 or 15-year-old has not. Some people can say, well, that's parenting, or whatever it is, but that's the age of consent in terms of when you get your license, and they're more in tune to motor vehicle laws than, say, a 13-year-old would be.
Okay, so if it's somebody that's under 17 does it, there's no punishment. But if they're over 17 and they're riding the thing on the sidewalk, the vehicle could be confiscated, or they could be ticketed, or both, I'm assuming.
That's how the ordinance is written. You're combining a few different issues. For example, if you're under the age of 17
Right.
and you're on a regular bicycle, you're not violating the ordinance. However, now if you're on the e-bikes, for example, class 1, class 2, we are allowing via ordinance, but they still have to follow the actual Title 39 laws. For example, helmets, signals, any vehicle requirement like that. Again, as the council president said, the reason we don't want to put children in the road without proper training. For example, the class 3s, they have to have their class 3 moped license to begin with, which means they have to go through some sort of training to get that. So again, we don't want to put the children into the road. We want to give them the benefit of the doubt and put them on the sidewalk. Again, those aren't the ones that we're looking for. We're trying to get the ones that are actually causing a safety hazard.
Which brings me to another comment, and I've reached out and discussed this with the mayor and also the superintendent of schools about having the police go to the schools and give classes in bike safety. Start right there with the children. As you just pointed out, Council President, they're under the age, you're assuming at 17 they've been through driving courses and everything else. They don't necessarily have a vehicle or a license, but you assume that they've had the training. Why not train these children in the importance of, in the school level, how to handle a bicycle, where to ride it, where they can't ride it? And I still defer back. I don't care if the kid's 15 years old or he's 22 years old. If he hits somebody with one of those things moving at speed, they can do just as much damage. The age isn't going to make a difference. The same way if it was a gun. They pull that trigger, devastation can happen. So I would ask you to reconsider that. Take the 17 out of it. If you got to get the kids to do it, let them walk the bicycles or let them travel safely. And as far as I'm concerned, every bicycle, and I've lived in different countries, should have either some type of audible sound on it, a horn or a bell to let people know that you're there. Because a lot of time, if you're allowing them to ride, even a child, they're coming around the corner, nobody knows, and you can get hit. But those are my questions on the two ordinances. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments on letters A or B? Here are no other comment. Can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted, and submitted to the mayor?
John Vitarik on the letter B. Just follow up what Tom was supposed to say. A couple of months ago, I did the director of the rescue. What's these two yellow lines on the Barron Avenue? And he said that it's supposed to be to slow the traffic, and I thought it was going to be
sorry,
for
say that first sentence again.
bicycles. But again, when you talk about it, I happen to live on 35, and we see not just bicycles. Even today, I was going to the bank, in a corner with Senator Vitale lives. There's 5 kids over there on the bicycles, and of course, they're riding the lane, double lane, to use it for bicycle rides. Those bicycles, I mean, they go fast, they don't make noise, they don't have lights on them, they're doing a lot of stuff on the thing. I see kids from maybe 10 years to 17, 8 years old at night, 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. On 35, they are riding those bicycles. They're not just riding on a sidewalk, they're on the road, they're zigzagging left and right, back and forth. Something has to be done. Either they have to have some kind of insurance, or they have to have a schooling, or anything else. But again, it's a danger. If you look at the other areas, they have a special, on a road, they would have special bicycle lanes that got to
Mr.
be
Vitarik, I'm
enforced.
sorry, what are you referring to? We're
I'm
talking
referring,
about
referring
this ordinance.
to the
You're starting to
ordinance
get
that
straight
you're
a little bit.
supposed to
What's
make
the
it
question?
tougher to use those bicycles. And if like age of the kids, you could have a 10-year-old kid and 20-year-old. I don't care. But again, they should know the law. And second point that I'm trying to figure out, to my knowledge, a lot of those kids don't even speak or read and write English.
That has nothing to do with the ordinance, so
it
stop.
does not
Has nothing to do with the ordinance, so
just-
stop.
Listen, the problem is with you, you don't know yourself. The problem is, we know what the problem is, maybe don't know. Ordinance is, what are you going to do with ordinance? It's not good enough to stop the problem what we got. Thank you.
Are there any other comments or questions on the letter A or B? Here are no no other comments, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinances be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion?
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Letter C is an ordinance of the Township of Woodbridge adopting the Route 1 Area 26 redevelopment plan. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be opened?
Motion?
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter C only.
Hello, Mr. President. Ken Gardner, 101 Scotter Avenue, Woodbridge.
Evening.
Can we just get a brief description on the ordinance, exactly where are we talking about on Route 1, and what changes are we looking to make in the housing?
This is for PSE&G to construct a substation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions or comments under letter C? Hearing none, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion?
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Letter D is an ordinance adopting the amended Penn Valley Cutters Dock Road redevelopment plan. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be opened?
Motion?
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter D.
Ken Gardner, again, Mr. President. I appreciate that last meeting at the end, you went through, you gave a brief sentence on what this was, but I really couldn't understand what you were saying.
That's
And
fine.
the
That's
public
fine.
portion was already gone. Can you just,
Sure. So this is for this area, it's adding the use of clean energy refueling.
okay, so can you further explain what that means? That would be in relation to some type of development?
No development proposed, nothing is proposed. We're adding the additional use. It's not for public, it'd be for a private, for a business if they want to add clean energy refueling onto their property.
So we're just out of nowhere deciding to do this in this area, but there's no other project connected to it? I mean, there had to be some reason for us to want to do this just in this section.
Mayor, unless I'm speaking, it's just adding the use to that zone.
Yes, there's a company there with a lot of trucks, and they want those trucks to use hydrogen clean energy, so they're adding that refueling station, as you said.
And the company
Okay.
is there.
Company's already there.
Yep, just like I
All
said.
right, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments on letter D? Here are no other comments. Can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion?
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Finally, letter C, second reading, and this is to adopt under our land use ordinance the code as it relates to payment in lieu of construction. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Motion?
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter E. Letter E only.
Again, Tom Maris, Fords, New Jersey. I'd like a little further explanation on proposed ordinance, the second reading of E. Exactly how is it affecting affordable housing requirements for the township as it relates to payment in lieu of construction? And what does that exactly mean?
So I'm glad you asked that, Mr. Mara. So Woodbridge Township is one of very few that have already met their affordable housing requirements determined by the state. But we don't want developers, we're not going to stop with affordable housing. So this will allow developers to pay into the affordable housing plan because everyone else has. Just because we've already met that requirement, why shouldn't others have to pay into that fund? So that's basically what that entails.
That sounds like it helps the public at large, so it sounds like a good idea. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Are there any other comments or questions under letter E?
Ken Gardner, Woodbridge. Mr. President, when I was council president back in 1992, we did a vacant land survey and proved that the township was already fully developed and we met our affordable housing need. That was in 1992. So I don't know what's been going on all this time where we keep claiming we have to do these buildings for affordable housing.
That's from the state,
If the
sir.
township was overdeveloped in 1992, it's certainly overdeveloped
It changes,
now.
sir. That was from the state. So I would suggest you contact the state, but as I'm sure you read the paper and online, you can see all these, I'm getting a little bit off, but you can see all these other municipalities are scrambling and filing lawsuits saying that they can't figure out how they're going to come up with 800, 500, 400 plus, because the formula has changed over so many years since 1992, since that was basically 33 years ago, and we've met our criteria as dictated, detailed by the state.
But there has to be property, I mean, if the town is already fully developed, I mean, that's, where could you put the affordable housing? If it's already
I can't-
developed? That's-
I can't
that's
speak on
what we
hypotheses,
demonstrated
sir.
then. Well, I mean, but that's what we demonstrated back then, so I don't.
I'm not
all
going to
these other
speak about
buildings-
something that happened 33 years ago. I just answered your question, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments or questions under letter E? Hearing no others, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. You have two ordinances listed for first reading. Can I get a motion that both ordinances be passed on first reading, published in the Home News Tribune on August 29, 2025, with notice of public hearing being held on September 9, 2025 at 6 p.m.?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. And finally, before you, resolutions, if I can get approval by consent for 1 through 23.
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council?
Yes, Mr. Mitchell, I do have a comment. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank, for number 7, to thank all the hard work in securing the grant to continue improving the waterfront in Seawarren. The team that worked on this, your dedication and commitment to enhancing our community is very commendable, and these efforts will make a lasting difference for the residents and visitors of Seawarren, and we sincerely appreciate getting that grant for us. Thank you.
Any other comments? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. We'll now move to public comment portion of the meeting. When approaching the microphone, please state your name and what section of this township or state that you live in. You'll have a one-time opportunity to speak. All members of the audience shall adhere to the township's decorum ordinance, which is posted on the entrance door-to-door chambers. The public session lasts for 5 minutes. This includes remarks by the speaker and any response by the council, president, or administration. Please make sure there are no signs. There will be no interruptions from the chair. The public session portion of the meeting is a comment and or Q&A interaction between the council president and the speaker. The council president presides over the council meeting. Sir, good evening.
Thank you. Paul Lund, Hope Lawn. So I am clear now that the affordable housing requirements have been met in Woodbridge Township. I just want to ask a question pertaining to that. Let's assume that there were 800 affordable housing units, and you can correct the number. And developers are not going to just come in and develop affordable housing units as a project. They'll probably put in market rate units as well. So if, let's say 10% of the units are affordable, that would mean 800 would generate 8,000 units developed. Assuming that half of them have children, maybe 12,000 new residents to add to our stress on an existing infrastructure. I want to make sure I'm somewhat on base there, that we've had to have 12,000 new residents, perhaps 8,000 new units to satisfy the demand of 800 affordable housing units.
Well, thank you. I don't know where you're getting your numbers from. First of all, you're speaking hypotheses. As we said,
I'm not done with my
is-
questions, or are you going to answer them one at a time? I just need to know up front.
What's the question? I just answered you. We're not going to generalize on
Excuse me,
hypotheses.
Mr. President, I have 3 questions. I'm sorry, maybe I should have stated that at the outset.
What's
Can you
the
hold off
question?
on answering the first?
What's the question? I'm not going to say that there's 12,000 units. I mean, Mayor, if you want to peep.
I'm asking, are you going to give me the time to ask my other 2 questions, or are we going to cover this one question in my 5 minutes?
I'd rather cover one at a time.
Go ahead, Mayor.
Okay. But this won't count against 5 minutes, I presume?
Yeah, it is.
All
You're-
does.
Okay.
What's your question?
The question is, am I off base in my assumption that if there were 800 affordable housing units required, that there would be 8,000 units built by developers because they want to have some market rate units to go in with the affordable housing units to make it worth their financial while?
We have no requirement for affordable housing units. That's an incredibly hypothetical question that we will not face for the next 10 years, according to the law.
I'm
So
saying
no, I'm not
what's
even going
already
to,
happened.
I'm not going to answer a hypothetical question that
I'm
will
not
never
talking into
happen.
the future. I'm saying how many new units had to go up to meet those affordable housing demands that you've already fulfilled?
We had to put 15% of whatever was built. There is no target. Our settlement with the fair share housing people in court said simply that anytime we build residential units, 15% had to be affordable. That's it. We didn't have a number that we had to get to.
Okay. I would like to suggest the possibility that if we get law and order back in the inner cities, that we could have a inner city that's worth living in, and we're not exporting affordable housing everywhere else upon demand of the state, which is social engineering, and it hasn't worked out so well. And I can cite statistics the next visit. I have a letter here from the mayor and from our Ward 2 councilman concerning another opportunity for me to save money in my energy bill, which spiked in June by 20%. Not too long ago, probably pre-COVID, I was offered an opportunity to save money in my energy bill, which I took advantage of, but it ended up that in going to auction and getting the prevailing rate, I ended up with an $800 energy bill. I'm a little bit shy on these proposals to save me money on energy. But I want to just read some part of this, and maybe you guys can help explain to me how it's going to save me money when I'm not involved in solar. Simply put, residents who own or rent their homes can get the benefit of solar panels without ever installing them by subscribing to the program. It goes on to say the benefit will come in the form of 31% discount on solar credits. From that point on, I had to go to ChatGPT to figure out how that's really going to save anyone money.
I'm sorry, where?
I went to my new buddy, ChatGPT.
Why don't you just go to the police that
Teacher's
said
new
to go
best
to,
friend.
instead of going to
It's not,
ChatGPT?
to me, if I can't understand this and I teach science in a high school, I'm thinking some vulnerable citizens, like seniors perhaps, may need a basic understanding of it. Would you please explain
I have a
how
letter
I
right
can
here. It
save money
seems
in my
pretty
energy
simple to
bill
me.
by investing in solar?
So I can read you now, or you can wait until my public agenda, but I got the same exact letter. It makes it pretty self-explanatory that a resident doesn't have to do anything. They don't want to join,
That
don't
sounds-
join. If you want to join, that's
The
great.
last offer,
And you
Mr.
don't have to
President,
opt in
sounded
or opt out.
wonderful too, and it cost me big
That's
time.
that's not that. That's not this, what you're referring to. This is a separate program, and I gotta tell you, out of your own ward where you live, 140 houses have already joined since last week. If you don't want to be one of them, it makes us no, never mind.
It
But
doesn't-
140 houses in your own ward
How
like it.
many joined without full
So-
understanding of what they were joining is no matter to me.
Thank you, sir.
Are there any other comments or questions from the public this evening?
John Woodard again. My question would be, now that we don't need no more affordable housing to be built, I believe any future developer that's going to build, and according, if you build 900, we probably build up probably 10,000 units in less so many years. But my question would be that any builder that builds a major development that does not have to build no more affordable housing on the development, are they going to be tax exempt too, or pilot programs? Or they have to pay tax like the rest of us do?
So nobody is tax exempt, so that answers your question right there. As far as future developments, we're not going to speak on hypotheses. There's nothing in front of us right now.
I didn't get it.
Sorry? I answer your question. Nobody is tax exempt. Well, there are
No, they're
entities
not
that are
tax
tax
exempt, but
exempt, but not in the aspect
well,
that you're
they
asking.
tax, they got
You're
tax
asking
break.
about pilots,
They
and
don't pay
there's
as much
nothing in
taxes
front
as
of
we
us
do.
right now. They're not
They
gonna
get
speak
break
in
on the
hypotheses.
taxes. I know people that do it. So are they going to be excluded from that opportunity to have a tax exempt or pilot programs?
There's nobody that's tax exempt in terms of a
But you
developer.
pay minimum, they pay minimum.
Well, that's
but
different from what you're saying, sir. You know that as well as I do. So make sure you have the right terminology.
You don't want to answer the question.
I
but
answered you. Nobody's tax exempt.
the mayor ask the
There's
question.
nobody in front of us right now. I'm not going to speak in hypotheses.
Well, you can't
Nobody,
promise me.
I don't
What do you mean you
understand.
can
You should be
promise?
applauding that we're ahead of the game instead of watching all these other places that are 800 units in the hole.
Listen,
How come you don't applaud that?
before we only give a tax exemption to the brownfields, that is to give it to people that are what you call, we did the 900 units.
Talking
to
about a
build.
Brownville opposed to, you just said development. There's two different entities. You got to figure out what you're trying to say here, sir.
Mayor, could you answer the question?
Mayor doesn't have to answer the question. I just did.
You did
I'm
not.
the council president.
You don't know
asked
what
about
you don't
tax
what you
exempt.
don't.
I answered you. Do you have another question, sir?
Listen, last week you told me, last council meeting, the warehouse at Avondale is not rented.
And 2 weeks later, it's not rented.
It's not rented. Could you ask me, what are they building behind the warehouse now?
Which warehouse, sir?
One in Avondale behind them.
Behind the warehouse is New Jersey Transit train tracks.
And what's to the left of it?
What, right now, Shember Way?
Okay. Are they building there an ammonia plant
Are they building a what?
for gas to be used at the warehouse, where they put a refrigeration warehouse?
I'm sorry, sir. Are they building what where?
What's that?
Are they building what where?
Right between the apartments and the warehouse.
Between the apartments and the warehouse is a
Yeah.
road called Shember Way. You lead that all the way up and you hit train tracks.
I know. Are they building a build that stores ammonia for the refrigeration?
Are they building stores? No.
No, thank you.
Any other comments or questions from the public?
Good evening, Tom Maros, Fords, New Jersey.
Evening, sir.
At the last council meeting, I had brought up a question regarding a $6 million approval by the board for resolution authorizing an expenditure of up to $6 million for support of housing initiative to create deed-restricted affordable units in the township. And my question is, since there was no available information to anybody at that point in time, per the advice that I got from our good town clerk, I asked how the board could go ahead and approve that kind of an expenditure. And that question was still valid. Following up on President's advisement, I did reach out to every member of the board and I asked if they could explain it. I got no responses except from the council president, who we had a chat about it. And I'd still like further explanation of exactly what that $6 million may entail. And I understand it may have been a question hypothetical to the board, but yet it doesn't say that in the ordinance itself. The ordinance says that they're approving up to $6 million. To me, that would be the cap, unless they're going over the $6 million, and they might need further approval from the board. But that would indicate, by I think most reasonable people's determination, that you have approved the expenditure. So I'd like to know what that expenditure covers, and does it have any correlation to what you just passed tonight with item E on the resolutions, deed restrictions? That's one question. Would you like to answer that? Because I've got two more, but.
So, thank you, Mr. Maris. So that does not have any correlation. Regarding the resolution, as you asked on June 24th, that did not commit to any specific projects, simply because there are none ready for such a commitment. That's why there were no responsive documents to the request from your public information about the utilization of the $6 million. Mayor, I believe you wanted to say something?
Yeah, basically, we want the market to know that we have affordable housing trust fund monies. We have more coming in with further development. In fact, the ordinance, there is a sort of a connection to what ordinance E is, because that could create more money to go into the fund. But we want potential partners in developing anything to know that we are still interested in affordable housing, even though we don't have to. So we don't have to require it to be built in residential units, but we can contribute toward senior housing someplace or affordable housing someplace that's not ours. We can contribute to that from the money we have to spend on affordable housing. And it's just saying, hey, we have it, we're ready to partner with people, but right now there's nothing specific except some things we're thinking about in the future, nothing concrete, and that's why there's no responsive documents. Thank you.
And why would there be a deed restriction on it?
There's always a deed restriction on affordable housing. It used to be 30 years, now it's 40 years. That's just technical.
All right, in dollars in support of housing initiatives to create deed-restricted affordable units in Woodbridge Township. I'm reading the resolutions.
Right, that doesn't mean we're doing it, just means we have the money that we can contribute toward it. If someone else comes into it, if a nonprofit entity wants to build a project and it includes some affordable housing or senior housing, we are willing to contribute toward it.
Well, I think you'd agree with me, then the resolution is rather ambiguous,
It's
and it certainly doesn't define the way you just did, sir.
No, it
I
is
appreciate you
ambiguous
clarifying it.
because we don't have any specific project that we're working on right now.
Well, again, I was asking the board how they could approve on it if there was nothing specific, and why $6 million? Where did that?
That's the amount of money either we have or we expect to get in the near future.
Okay, and that'd be from the general fund, or is that?
No, Affordable Housing Trust Funds, it's not tax dollars being spent on affordable housing,
Yeah,
never has
just for
been.
clarification, thank you.
1 minute, sir, I'm sorry.
Sorry, 1 minute left?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll try to be real quick then. Let's get into the Woodbridge Township ambulance. I submitted an Oprah request asking all the information on that. Who's taking it over? What's it cost? What personnel are we getting? What lands are we getting? And it comes back to me, the Oprah says, there is no documentation. How can you not have documentation on it? And who's authorizing the takeover, and how much is it costing us?
I'm going to let you have that minute, sir.
Council President, are no documents because there is no plan. All we've done so far is a call from me to the president of the First Aid Squad saying, thanks for your cooperation and all your negotiations and all your meetings with us. We understand, what happened here, and we look forward to working with you in the future. We also asked him for permission to get somebody into the site to appraise it. We haven't done a thing about how much we're going to pay for it. We haven't done a thing about what equipment might be included. There is absolutely not one decision that we made related to that. So that's why there are no responsive documents. We're not taking over employees. They're eligible to be hired, and we are hiring, I think, we had 6 approved the other day and 1 approved tonight. So we are staffing up, but that's got nothing to do with them. Some people might have worked there, and if they did, we got a good handle on whether they're good or not, and whether we should hire them or not. But nothing has been decided at all regarding the building, the equipment. We can't do anything till we have an idea what the building is worth. But we do have interest in it, and we want to run the First Aid Squad out of that.
Thank you for the clarification. It does help because a lot of people didn't understand it, myself included, and that's why I asked the questions that I did.
Yeah, it's
Thank you for the
premature.
clarification.
Good questions, but it's just premature.
My time's up. Good.
Thank you, Mr. Maris.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you, and I said this last 2 meetings ago, that you reached out. Normally what happens when the council as a whole gets emailed, the council president more times than not is the one that responds. So I tell all the my fellow councilmates, I'll respond to this person, it'll be the same thing next year for vice president. So just a little background on how that works with the correspondence from residents. Thank you.
Any other comments from the public this evening?
Thank you, Mr. President. Ken Gardner, Woodbridge.
Good evening, sir.
First, I can't believe that this is the first time that the council or the mayor has heard this, but several people have complained about loud music coming off of boats in the Arthur Kill along Cliff Road. Is anything being done about that? What can we do about it? How do we address that problem?
I would recommend, just like any other noise-related matter, the resident call police headquarters, non-emergency, 634-7700, to report the noise ordinance in the middle of the Arthur Kill. I mean, it's still noise-related. That would be state police, depending on the jurisdiction, but closer home, just like you had mentioned last week, somebody racing something up the bike, anything noise ordinance related would be police headquarters, and then we can move forward from there, the respective department or agency.
And so you're saying the first step we take is to notify the state police and have their Marine Division?
No, that's not what I said.
Okay.
The first step would be is to contact the non-emergency number of the police headquarters, and then they can handle jurisdictionally. If I'm speaking out of turn, either Mayor, Director Niski, please jump in. But
I mean, the first step is to call police headquarters and report it. Was that done?
I would assume that the residents did that. You know, I didn't go step by step with them, but so after they call, then the town would reach out to the police department, would reach out to the state police. Is that the next?
We would receive the call, we would investigate the call, and we would take the appropriate action. You don't even know if they called, so I don't know did on a
So-
call I don't know we received.
So if a boat's in the middle of the Arthur Kill, what would be the next step?
Call the police.
We would receive a call.
I understand
We would
that.
send a car to investigate and take it from there.
Okay. And so if the police car arrives...
We
and there's a
have the
boat-
resources to handle our call volume, so you're.
So do we have access to a boat? I know years ago there was some kind of
Are we
partnership
able
with
to
Van Boy.
investigate the calls we receive? Yes. So if someone has a complaint about loud noise or loud music
Right.
on or near the waterfront, call the complaint and
Okay.
we'll handle it.
I'll ask the residents to do that, and I'd ask just that that be kept track of. Second, I had talked about the property to the left, if you're looking at the home of 77 Vernon Street. I want to thank Mr. Wagner for getting back to me. He did say that that is the property, the second piece of property is Blue Acres property. So I would ask our assemblyman, the Blue Acres law, I believe, from what I read, Mr. Wagner's email to me, said that the state wants the property to go back to its natural setting. I would ask that that be looked at. This is a residential neighborhood, not a forest. It's across from houses. So if the grass can be cut and the state would approve of that, I think it would make it a nicer neighborhood. We're not talking about some type of redevelopment area where we don't have any houses in the area. It's a neighborhood. So, Assemblyman, I'd ask you to take a look. If you're looking at 77 Vernon, to the left of that, it's up against the turnpike wall. If there's a way that we can get that property maintained and the grass cut to what would be a normal level in the town, I'd appreciate it. With all these markers in front of you, if you want to name a street after me, I'd appreciate that. Thank you very much. A few meetings ago, the mayor had come back and said he had made a mistake in talking about a $24 million shortfall that occurred when I was the council president, and I guess at the time he was a financial advisor to the mayor and sewer utility administrator. So, Mayor, you're saying there's a $24 million shortfall?
1 minute, sir.
Then,
Excuse me, then?
you're saying there's a $24 million shortfall back then? You said you were very familiar with the situation because you lived through it.
Yes.
So there was a $24 million shortfall?
When we were preparing the budget for 1992, now we're still 33 years ago, again, like Mr. Spiller said before, we were preparing the budget from 1991 to 1992, and yes, we projected a $24.6 million shortfall. It was largely due to tax appeals. It was largely due to an insurance shortfall. There was money stolen from the insurance fund. It was largely due to an way overestimating of revenues
So
and
you-
a gross
you proposed-
underestimate. I'm talking, Mr.
You
Gardner.
proposed a
And a gross
21% tax
underestimate of
increase because of that,
expenditures.
Mayor?
And we did that whole thing.
You
We
proposed a
presented that there was.
21% tax increase because
No,
of
we
that?
did not, Mr. Gardner. You know this. What's wrong with you? You know exactly what
You
you're
did.
talking about.
You did.
We did not.
You
We explained
proposed a
everything, and we switched to the
21%
fiscal
tax
year, and
increase.
you voted for the bonds, and you voted for the budget
You are
that
wrong,
we
Mayor.
presented.
You proposed
You
a
voted
20%
for
tax increase.
everything.
Not me, Mayor. You're
We,
wrong.
you voted for it after we presented it.
You're
You
wrong.
yourself
Bond issue is
voted
a whole
for it.
different story,
You
Mayor.
voted
You're wrong.
for it.
You're
You were
wrong.
the ninth and final vote on June 30th,
You're wrong, Mayor.
1992,
It is a different
for the
vote.
budget, which was done in
You're talking about
response
bonds
to
and
that
budgets.
shortfall. You voted for the fiscal
You can
adjustment
talk over
bonds.
me all
You
want.
voted for them.
You proposed a 21% tax increase, and you're
We
trying
did
to
not
blame
have
it
a
on me.
21% tax increase.
Of course you did.
No, we
You're the
did
chief-
not.
You were the financial advisor.
No,
of the
we
town.
did not. Prove it.
Thank
You're
you, Mayor.
wrong. You're absolutely
It
wrong.
happens. You did.
You're lying. I
No,
lived it.
you're
I was the
lying.
chief
You're
financial
lying.
officer. I know exactly what I'm
You were
talking
not the
about. I
chief
remember
financial
every
officer.
number. And
You
you
were-
voted for the
you were the
budget,
sewer
and you
utility
voted for the
administrator,
bonds,
Mayor.
and now you're running away from it.
You're wrong. Thank you.
I'm not wrong.
Wrong again.
I have it all right here. If you want to
Mayor,
do it, it's
we
all
can-
right here.
We can debate this all night.
It's
You
not a
were-
debate. Facts
you
are
were
facts.
the one that proposed the
It's not a
21%
debate.
tax increase.
We did not
You were
ever
the one that
propose a
said there was a
tax increase.
$24 million
There is no
shortfall.
tax increase in
You're
a
wrong.
fiscal year budget.
You're right, there was not.
That's,
After
you
that,
just
there
admitted
was.
it. You
After
just
that, there
contradicted yourself.
Excuse me.
You tried to
excuse
blame a
me.
21% tax increase on me.
We
You were the one that
never
proposed
did
it.
that. We never did that. I can assure you that.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank
Well,
you.
if the
Thank you.
21% tax
Thank you,
increase
Mr.
didn't
Gardner. Your
happen,
time
then
is up and your
then I'll
question was
accept that.
answered. Thank you very much, sir.
Are there any other questions or comments from the public this evening? Hearing no other, can I get a motion that the public comment portion be closed?
Motion.
Second.
Thank Questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Going to the agenda.
Thank you. Before we go to the agenda
Council
portion, I just want to
President.
thank the mayor for answering the residents' questions, and Sergeant Angelo for your expertise and knowledge on the ordinance. Mayor?
Two things I'd like to mention. First of all, Mr. Vitara keeps mentioning the empty warehouse. The warehouse pays us $1.6 million a year in taxes. I don't care if it stays empty forever.
Go.
We're making $1.6 million a year in taxes on an empty warehouse. If they rent it, they rent it. If they don't, they don't. It's not like empty hurts us because we're collecting the taxes. Now, the other thing I want to do is talk about when people have issues and they talk to people not in office or they talk to people running for office. They should talk to people in office because we can do something about it. We are very responsive in this administration, and you as council people are incredibly responsive when you get emails and texts and calls about an issue. You're constantly emailing Mr. Mitch, who goes through Mr. Simaluka, who divides everything up to the departments, whether it's Mr. Brew, Director Niski, whoever. We are responsive. Don't ask somebody who has to wait until the next council meeting before they bring something up because they want to be on TV and because they want to show that they're doing all these things. A perfect example was 2 weeks ago. We got a request Monday morning from someone who lives on Old Road. I got it myself personally by somebody in person who said there's a problem with somebody late at night, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, driving their motorcycle around Old Road, attempting to harass a resident. It turns out there was a relationship. I can't get more into that, but they were harassing the person. That person then went to talk to Director Niski, who, as he just said, the call came in, and they addressed it immediately. And the person was in custody. The next night, when Mr. Gardner brought up this issue, the person was in custody already. So why would somebody wait to talk to somebody who's not able to do anything except make a show of the complaint a couple of days later, up to 2 weeks later, because we meet every 2 weeks or maybe sometimes every 3 weeks? Why talk to somebody who can't do anything about it until they can show off at a council meeting, when you can call one of you who will respond because you always do, or one of us who we will respond because we always do? The 77 Vernon was cut that Monday morning. And Mr. Gardner came Tuesday night to say it should be cut. It was cut because it's always cut. It's regularly cut. It's in our list. So you don't have the floor. So all I'm saying is people should realize that this group and this table is incredibly good. There's nobody better in the state of New Jersey running government than this group right here. A nationally recognized police force, a public works director that puts every other town to shame, and an administration that cares about people and answers questions and solves problems. We have a council who is underpaid compared to the work you guys do and girls do when you get questions from people. You're constantly out. You're at events. You're talking to people like we are. Don't call somebody who's not in office, who's only going to make a show, and after November disappear. Call somebody who can help you right away. Right away, and that's what we do, and that's what you do, and that's what the public should understand. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor. We'll now move to the council agenda portion of the meeting, starting with myself. Item number 2, Avenel Arts Village. I'm very excited to announce that Caroline's Tavern had their ribbon cutting and grand opening yesterday. An exciting new menu and theme. Caroline's Tavern is located right next to APAC, making the perfect spot for pre-show drinks and a night out. Their exceptional menu features elevated new American tavern food and creative cocktails. Come out for a lively happy hour, cozy dinner, or hosting a private celebration. Discover your new favorite neighborhood hangout at Caroline's Tavern. The rest of my agenda is in order, just a few announcements. I want to thank the one resident for bringing it up under the public comment. Unfortunately, they left, so they won't hear. Over the last several days, residents have or will be getting correspondence from the mayor and their ward council person detailing community solar. Community solar is a model that allows multiple individuals, businesses, or organizations to benefit from larger solar power installations on rooftops, warehouses, etc., typically located off-site from their properties. Individuals or organizations can subscribe to a portion of the solar array energy output in order to essentially purchase a share of the renewable energy generated by the system. Subscribers receive credits on their electricity bills based on their share of the power generated by the community solar project. Subscribers will receive only one bill. In our case, it would still be your PSE&G bill. The credits on the bill reduce the monthly cost of energy consumption, and the one bill system allows the utility to still charge for their distribution of the power. The program we have going with Solar Landscape is solid and offers definitive cost savings, but if you're interested and you can cancel anytime without penalty, I recommend signing up now because the solar projects that will be generating the energy for the wait list that is being created now are awaiting interconnection and final build-out. Meaning all projects right now are fully subscribed. The new ones that are open are expected to be in fall and winter. At that time, you'll be enrolled in those on a first-come, first-served basis. In a time where BPU has authorized a substantial rate increase for PSE&G, we are trying to do everything we can to assist the residents to offset their bills. Good luck to all the students, teachers, and faculty as township schools will start again next Wednesday. While we should all take our time while on the road, just please keep an eye out for all the students that will be walking. That's the rest of my agenda. God bless America. Council Vice President McCollum.
Thank you, Council President. I just have a few announcements with my agenda here. So the first thing I'd like to remind everybody is that due to the rain out last week, the Woodbridge downtown cruise will be held Wednesday, which is tomorrow, so I don't know if anyone's going to get that, but the cruise is going to be held tomorrow, so Main Street will be shut down for the cruise tomorrow due to the rain from last week. Other than that, my agenda is in order. Just reminding everyone that we still have concerts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 7:30 all throughout Woodbridge. I'd like to take a moment to thank the Department of Transportation for working with myself, the administration, and the council to get the new speed limit signs for the school areas on Highway 35 for St. James and Ross Street School. These signs will be installed per the Department of Transportation prior to school starting next week. This is a very important issue that we've been working on to try to get done, and we truly appreciate all the support in making the community safer for the parents and the students on a regular basis throughout the school year. Also, I just wanted to mention and thank the DPW team for getting out there to replace the American flags at the Seawarren boat launch that needed to be replaced, as well as the monument flags in Seawarren. It's very important to make sure that the symbol of pride for our country is taken care of, and it displays a very good representation for our community. Other than that, I would just like to reiterate what Council President said, to wish all of the students a very happy and successful new school year as school starts next week, and it's to be safe, positive, and rewarding school year for all the students, families, teachers, and the support staff. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Council Vice President McCollum. Councilman Anderson.
Thank you, Council President. I would like to thank, on behalf of Councilman Patel, who's not here, all of those who came out to support the Indian Day Parade 2 weeks ago. We had a wonderful time. It's always one of our most enjoyable times as council people to walk in a parade, but that's always an exciting parade, and just want to thank everyone for coming out, and all of the police and Department of Public Works that came out to help make that day possible and safe. Again, I will reiterate the good luck to all of the students, teachers, faculty, and families this year for their school year. Yesterday was our convocation at Middlesex College. I happen to be a board member there. Just want to remind the community that Middlesex College offers 80 degrees. All associate degree programs can be completed in 2 years. Most allow you to transfer to a 4-year college or a university to work toward a bachelor's degree. We also offer short-term certificate programs that can prepare you for the workplace or advance your current career. Almost all of our students qualify for substantial financial aid packages and scholarship awards. Students who come from families making less than $65,000 can even attend for free. We offer multiple admissions pathways depending on a variety of factors such as your military service, immigration status, program of study, prior college credits, and more. You can go to www.middlesexcc.edu to apply. I would also like to wish our fall sports good luck this year for our high schools This Thursday will be week 0 for all 3 of our high school football teams. Woodbridge will be hosting Union at 6 p.m. on Thursday at Woodbridge High School. It will also be youth football and cheer night. So if you wear your your child wears their team jersey or a shirt or their cheer bows, they will enter for free, and there will be many of the activities at the event for those kids that are attending the game. Colonia hosts Saraville at 6 p.m. also on Thursday, and JFK, my alma mater, will be visiting Perth Amboy, our neighbor rival, at 6 p.m. also. So get out to all of the games, support the young the football players, the band, and the cheerleaders, and our dance teams as well. And I would like to thank the Colonia Patriots for hosting the Woodbridge Broncos Pop Warner football team for a joint practice where the students led a lot of drills for the boys. It was a really, really good night. And I just want to say that we were able to have a welcome barbecue where we had over 400 people attend the Woodbridge Broncos welcome barbecue. And then this past week, Councilman Harris was able to attend. We had over 1,000 attendees attend the Woodbridge Broncos pep rally. And they had a DJ, dances. It was a really, really good event. So just want to wish everyone a happy school year, and all our fall sports a lot of luck this year and a lot of safety. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Anderson. Councilman Bauer.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order. I have a few announcements. Boy Scout Pack 53 open house will be held on Thursday, September 18th between 6:30 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. at the Fords Middle School. School opens next week. We're navigating our roadways. Be mindful of our children. I'd like to wish our teachers and children an amazing fresh start to a new school year. That's all I have, Council President. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman Bauer. Councilman Small.
Thank you, Council President. Number 15 on my agenda, the Woodbridge Township Light Parade will be held November 29th at 6 p.m. More to follow. Number 17, American Irish, halfway to St. Patrick's Day, Woodbridge Community Appreciation Day to be held Sunday, September 28th at the Acacia Center, 95 Boarding Avenue. Good luck to students and staff. I wasn't here last meeting, but I want to thank Mr. Haggerty and staff for a wonderful presentation to the dedication of Vincent Martino Park. Great job as always, so thank you. God bless America, and I have to excuse myself, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Small. Councilwoman De Jesus.
Thank you, Council President. Item number 8, Hispanic Heritage Month. We will be celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month on Saturday, September 20th from 12 to 5 here on Main Street. We have live music, food, so everybody is welcome to attend. I just want to, item number 15, community backpacks. My heart is full of gratitude because we were able to hold Hope One and KSB backpack drives. I want to thank all of our departments, Recreation, Parks, Police Department, our Health Department, our Library, our youth services, Evangel Church, Pastor Leslie, they provided all the backpacks. Again, it's a community day where we bring all of our services and a ton of information to anyone that comes through, and we also equip children in our township with new backpacks and school supplies so that they can start their year the right way. So again, thank you to everyone that made it possible. 10 years, Dan and I have co-chaired this event, so thank you to our administration and everybody involved. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do it. So again, just a heart full of gratitude. Like everyone else, I want to wish everyone that works in our school, all the administrations, our teachers, and our kids a successful, healthy, and safe school year. Again, be careful when you drive. There's a lot of walkers, a lot of kids on bikes now, and just be conscious of that. That school starts on September 3rd. Thank you. That's all that I have.
Thank you, Councilwoman De Jesus. Councilwoman Meehan.
Thank you, Council President. Just to add on to Ms. Beth's comment about the school and safety, I just want to thank administration for installing the crossing lights, the pedestrian crossing lights on Lake Avenue. We've had so many complaints about the children crossing there. The cars really go so fast there, and this is going to be able to help them cross safely. We did it last year by Inman Avenue, on Inman Avenue by the library, and it really helps. When I go down, I see the kids hit the light and they're able to cross safely. So thank you for getting that done for the school year. And just last meeting, I mentioned that the Clooney VFW is having a spaghetti dinner. It is on September 21st. We really would encourage people to come out and support them. Since I announced that last time, they had a small fire in the VFW, so more than ever, they need the help and the support from the community. They do so much for our community. They help everybody. They cook all my spaghetti dinners. They really are such a valuable part of our community. So if you can, please just come out, grab, if they do takeout, come out and support them on September 21st at the Clooney Firehouse, and it'll be 1 to 6. And just wishing all the teachers and students and parents a good and successful school.
Thank you, Councilwoman Meehan. Councilwoman DeJesus?
I forgot, we also had, for the second time, Jacob's Landing, right on Bucks Lane, had a community day, and we were able to give the kids backpacks. So again, all of our departments are fantastic, because whenever we have an idea, or anyone has an idea or needs help, we all come together as a community to support it. And I think supplying kids with backpacks is a worthy cause, so Jacob's Landing had a fantastic day, a community day that day.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Councilman Anderson, you had something?
And I'm sorry, but I was out of town last week, but I do want to mention the Pakistani Day Parade was also held in Island on Oak Tree Road, and I heard it was a very good event as well, but Councilman Patel had texted me to make sure I mentioned that as well. So just wanted to commend everyone for coming out with that, the Indian Business Association, and all of the people coming to attend that event.
Thank you, Councilman Anderson. Council, as you said, Councilwoman Patel is excused. Councilman Harris.
Thank you, Council President, and congratulations again on 2 successful events, Councilwoman. A couple agenda items this evening. Item number 2 is the property tax relief I have on my agenda. Township is organizing a property tax relief filing event. That's that blue booklet that seniors, senior homeowners, senior renters, and disabled residents receive by mail dating back to March. The deadline to apply for that program, or the 3 combined programs, is October 31st, but the township, along with state treasury officials, will be assisting residents who have not yet completed their application, and that's scheduled for Wednesday, September the 10th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Acacia Youth Center, located at 95 Port Reading Avenue. No appointment is necessary, just show up. Be sure to bring your photo ID, your income tax information from 2023 and 2024, along with any township tax records. If you've already completed your blue booklet, back in March, April, May, whatever the case may be, and you've already received your check, you do not need to fill this out again. You've already completed it for the year. This event is for people who have not yet completed that application, whether they didn't receive it, they forgot about it, whatever the case may be. And again, it's senior homeowners and senior renters all combined under that one application, again, the blue booklet. Nextly, item number 3, our youth centers. We have 3 of them. They're open from 3 to 6 p.m. during the school year. The township has organized 3, open houses. One was today. Did a great job today. I popped by Highland Grove and Ford's. And there's one more occurring on Thursday, August the 28th. Regardless of whether you make the open house or not, be sure to check out the youth centers. They are open to middle school students, whether public or private school students in Woodbridge Township, Monday to Friday during the school year, and with some availability for elementary school days on select dates. Again, check that out at the Mayor's Facebook page or the Youth Services website or Instagram page. Nextly, item number 4 on my agenda, New Jersey Senior Olympics. The applications are closed for seniors. The events are all ready to go for September 5, 6, and 7. However, volunteers are needed. They're looking for high school, school age, young adults or above, college students included. See the Mayor's Facebook page for the web link. You can sign up via this web link. Again, there's 21 sports for both men and women, so lots of opportunities for our high school and college age students to volunteer. Nextly, item number 5 is the annual Crossroads 5K. That is postponed, as indicated, to those who did sign up and on the township social media channels. that race will be, runners who did sign up and pay will be refunded, and that race will be rescheduled for a future date. Also, item number 5, once again, the 18th annual Tour de Woodbridge Bicycle Tour is coming up on Sunday, September 21. It's a 15 or 30-mile bike ride beginning at 8 a.m. from the club at Woodbridge. You can register for the bike race at raceroster.com, and the event benefits the Girl Scouts. And last but not least, as suggested, I think it's timely to mention in the absence of Councilman Patel, is the Oak Tree Road is being resurfaced through the township's resurfacing program that you do annually. That stretch of roadway is from the Garden State Parkway Bridge to Route 27. The work there is scheduled to start on or about Monday, September the 8th. There'll be overnight work, not to disrupt the traffic flow. So be on the lookout for that. The township will be communicating that with area residents and businesses, so no one is surprised by it. There will also be electronic signage, as well as social media, publication. So just want to put those things out there. Thank you, Council President. Sorry, I'm the new guy, already taking up all the time, but I appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you, Councilman Harris. Mr. Mitchell.
Thank you. My agenda is over.
Thank you, Mr. Mitch. Mayor?
Before you see, Council President, the new street signs. We haven't ordered anything yet, but we looked into this company. We liked what we were ordering, and we got these in yesterday, and we're displaying them today. We got one for each section of town. We're going to put it out at the appropriate corner, and then just wait for people to give us their feedback, but I think they look pretty good so far. They will be attached at the bottom somehow, and I don't know how they're going to do it, bolts, screws, I don't know. George knows, I don't know. But they will be attached to the existing concrete signs, street signs, which are, it's appropriate, they're concrete. Some of them look like they go back to the Stone Age. They've been there a long, long time. They take a lot of maintenance, a lot of painting. So this will be something that we just slip on that, and it's going to be much less expensive and almost maintenance-free. So let us know what you think. Let us know what people think. We always had white, so we're staying with white and black. A couple comments we already have here about different things. We'll fix those, but we like them so far. Please let us know what you and your constituents think about them.
Thank you, Mayor.
That's all I have.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Business Administrator White.
Thank you, Council President. We'll just have our regular tax and sewer overpayments next meeting.
Thank you. Please, Director Niski.
Thank you, Council President. I have 2 handicap parking space additions, one on Laurel Street, Oakland, and the other on Pleasant Street.
Thank you, sir. Planning Development Director Darden.
Thank you, Council President. Nothing this evening.
Thank you, Director. Public Works Director Brewster.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order tonight.
Legal.
Nothing to see. No.
Thank you, gentlemen. Look for a motion.
Motion?
Second.
Meeting adjourned. Have a good night.